What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel, check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on a recent episode of Skip Bayless' show where I heard Skip Bayless speak about LeBron James, which is not new, right? And he says that LeBron James is waging a war against the Lakers. And I don't understand some of the moves that LeBron James is making. I think maybe he's kind of upset. He don't want to face the fact that he don't have the leverage and control that he had in the past, right? And so maybe that's why LeBron James is doing some of the things he's done. Like usually when you see a player go into retirement or they are approaching retirement, like the approach that most players they show appreciation for the sport, like what basketball has done for them. Then they go on their retirement tour. I remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar going to his retirement tour, and every time he went to a different city, it was a big event. Like they showed their appreciation. They had ceremonies and they presented him with gifts like plaques and stuff like that. And it was good for the game because like fans enjoyed that, right? And I would hope that LeBron James would go out the same way, like be more of an ambassador. Be more of an ambassador to the game at this stage in your career, and also show your appreciation for the fans, show your appreciation for the league and the sport. Like basketball changed his life, so people, I think it's a good look when you show that you acknowledge that, you appreciate that, and be an ambassador. Kobe did the same thing. Like when Kobe retired, he just was an ambassador for the game. He spoke about the game in a way, he was trying to be an ambassador. He was trying to show his appreciation and his love for the sport. He got involved in his daughter's basketball journey, before they unfortunately passed. But and he supported women's basketball, right? It wasn't mainly about Kobe. And when you have guys to the level of LeBron and these other superstar basketball players, like when they fading out, most of the time that's what they do. They talk about the sport in a way that shows that they appreciate it, right? Especially when they know they're coming down to, like they down to the wire. And like I said, they on their way out. But I want to listen to what Skip Bayless had to say about LeBron, because like I said, I don't really think it's a good look. I hope that LeBron James kind of he bow out gracefully, at the very least bow out gracefully. I think it'll be a better transition into whatever he want to go into after his professional career. But I thought Skip said some interesting things about LeBron, and I'm going to play the audio, and I'm come back and do some give my opinion. I might even interrupt depending on what Skip says.
NBA, it is now upon us. And the Cold War continues between LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. So, as you might remember, LeBron reportedly was very unhappy that the Lakers extended Luka, gave him the crown jewels without extending LeBron for the 2 more years after this one that he wanted, so that he could choose to continue playing or choose to retire as a Laker, where it
Let
would
me
be
let me
his
stop it
timetable.
right here, right? Do you think that LeBron James is being unrealistic and selfish, though? Like I said, he's been winding down to the end of his career. You can't at 40 something years old expect the Lakers to continue to extend your career. I just think that LeBron James in that instance is being very unrealistic and selfish.
And his inclination, not theirs. Like he wanted to be paid for a lifetime of commitment to the Lakers. because he feels like he was born to be a Laker and retire a Laker. And he wanted the purse strings in his hands so that he could choose. And the Lakers obviously said, sorry, no. If you do want to continue playing after this season, LeBron, it will have to be elsewhere. That's what they told him. Trust me on this. The Lakers were not happy that LeBron chose to opt in. He had a player's option back in for another, 50, almost 53 million. So how did LeBron at age 40 childishly react to that? He posted a picture of him working out at the Cavs facility. Oh, maybe LeBron wants to go back to Cleveland. Then he posted another picture of himself working out at the Clippers facility. Oh my God, LeBron wants to be a Clipper, not a Laker. And the Lakers are like, no, please leave, LeBron. That's what.
And see, that's what I think. Like the antics that LeBron James, like these antics don't give LeBron James any more leverage. It don't give him any more power. It just it just gives them ammunition and more reason to want to separate themselves from LeBron. Like LeBron James don't have any. The only leverage LeBron James ever had is the leverage that teams have given him. You know, and teams put up with, because his stuff because he LeBron James. But once you can no longer perform at the level that these teams need you to perform at, then you are expendable, right? And so I always say that you want to, you want to set yourself up for a transition. Like early in his career, you use those early years to build relationships. Whereas though when you get to this point in the career, even if the team they can't use you as a basketball player, you might transcend into something else like ownership, a front office job, or you may go into media or something like that. But when you go out kicking and screaming, then it's really not, people really, you burn bridges and you create an atmosphere where people don't want to do business with you because they see you as, just acting immature and childish. And I think, and I'm hoping that throughout this season right here with the Los Angeles Lakers, that LeBron James just, he just be an ambassador for the game, bow out gracefully, and try to build on relationships that he do have within the league or the organization, and use that and parlay those relationships into something else moving on. Because if don't nobody want to do business with him after this, then he'll just fade out. And so, and that's like when you see LeBron James going on shows like Kai Cenat and all that. Like that's like, yeah, and that's not my wheelhouse, because Kai Cenat probably are a whole lot younger than I am. But to me, I think like being on those type of little shows for somebody who's 40 something years old, I think that would be a show that his son would be on. That would be something that his son would do, show up to the Kai Cenat show. Not really something that, like, I would never expect Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant to be on there, Magic Johnson to be on Kai Cenat. I think that's kind of a little bit beneath him, right? But that's neither here nor there, I guess. Let me play some more of what Skip had to say, then I'm gonna give, close out with my final comments.
They told him, please leave. Luka is the new face of the franchise. The whole Laker contingent, Jeannie and Rob and all sorts of executives, and they all boarded their Laker jet and flew all the way to Europe to follow Luka around in Eurobasket in that tournament. Be with him, be by his side, show him support. So last week, if you noticed, Rob Pelinka, the GM, tried to ease LeBron into retirement, into a retirement announcement. He gave him about a 7-day lead into media day, which was Monday out here in LA, El Segundo, where the Lakers are.
All right.
housed.
So it's obvious that the Lakers are moving on to Luca, right? And I mean, if you've been in the league for 20 years, of course your feelings are going to be maybe a little bit hurt, but you still have to recognize that it's part of the game. Like everybody phases out. And like I said, it's just a better look if LeBron is more uh if he's more appreciative and more gracious and show more appreciation, to the league than for him to go out kicking and screaming. It's just not a good look. Um, it's not a good for his legacy, his image, or nothing like that. And I don't get it. Definitely you can see that the Lakers want him out of there. And it may not even be personal. It's the fact that they want him out of there because they ready. It's about Luca. They're gonna hitch their wagon to Luca, man, and just let Luca do all the heavy lifting and the pulling and stuff like that. And if I was LeBron James, I would just do everything in my power, man, just to help out the team, do what, help out Luca as much as possible, and just, be ready to benefit from whatever success they had this season and contribute to whatever success they had this season. But yeah, Skip Bayless never, he always point out what LeBron James is. He always point out like, LeBron James downfalls, but I gotta agree with him on this, man. I just think that he kind of acting like a spoiled brat when it comes to this, and he going out kicking and screaming. So that's my take on the situation. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.